Map arts. Minecraft players have been using map arts to create custom paintings and artwork for years. They are especially popular on survival servers, where players often test the limits of vanilla gameplay by using maps to build ever more creative logos, in-game photographs, paintings, carpets and rugs, and even newspapers. One thing that all these artworks have in common is that they are made up of square maps containing 128 by 128 pixels, which does lead to some constraints to the shape of the map arts. The majority of map arts only consist of between 1 and 4 maps, but sometimes they can be much larger. These maps are usually built on flattened areas of land in the overworld, such as map art platforms. However, what if I were to say there is a way, at least on Java Edition, to create transparent map arts in vanilla Minecraft? A way to create map arts of any shape and size. Unexplored areas and maps already render as transparent, but this trick will allow you to have full control over the transparent areas of your maps, expanding the potential of map arts even further. Rather than build your maps in the overworld, you should build them in the end dimension. The reason is because of how maps are rendered over the void when using glass blocks. This map making technique has already been discovered by various players over the last few years, but has not yet received widespread attention from the Minecraft community. I first became aware of transparent map arts in October 2021, after a player called Shouhi, who was experimenting in creative, discovered that placing glass over the void in the end dimension renders as transparent on maps. They realised that by building an 8x8 chunk glass platform over the void, rather than over solid blocks in the overworld, and then building your map art on top of that platform, it was possible to create maps of all shapes and sizes. This idea was introduced to the Dominion survival server, where a number of glass platforms were built over the void in the end dimension. This resulted in an explosion of new and creative artwork, which was not thought to be possible before without the use of mods. This includes really cool looking shells, fairy lights, and clocks. And if you ever wanted to vandalise your builds with graffiti, well, now you can. You can even use the transparent map arts to create tiny floating pixel people, if you so desired. Now, this quirk with map rendering, whether intentional or not, has actually been around since the 1.13 Aquatic update, which was introduced back in 2018, and should work both in single player worlds and on multiplayer servers. After I did some testing, I realised that not only does it work with glass, but also with redstone lamps, chains and iron bars, albeit they're much more expensive and, well, dangerous to use in survival. A simple glass platform is much safer. Once this platform has been built, you can then build your map art above it, whether using a schematic or just freestyling. An important note to make is that the maps do not render as transparent if solid blocks or coloured glass are used for the platform, so it has to be clear glass only. So, you have a transparent map art, but how do you attach it to a block without having an ugly looking item frame behind it? Well, this is where invisible item frames step in. You can use a plugin to gain access to invisible item frames, but there is a way just by using commands. By using the command /GameRule command block output false, you do not need to use a command block for the following command. So, the command to receive an invisible item frame is now being typed on screen. Where I have typed only coronet, Substitute that for the in-game name of the player you want to receive the item frames, whether that is yourself or somebody else. The number at the very end of the command refers to the number of item frames you want to receive in your inventory. Now this command is case sensitive, so double check the typed command is the same as shown on screen, or it may not work. You should then find an invisible item frame is in your inventory. Whilst looking like a normal item frame, when placed, it instantly becomes invisible, and this allows you to display your map arts or any other item as normal without the frame itself being visible. There are already many unique and fascinating map arts on the Dominion server, and it is likely that more will follow, both in Dominion and in the wider Minecraft community. Whether you use invisible item frames or not, the possibilities of transparent map arts are endless. Whether they serve a specific function or are acting as an outlet of creativity, vanilla Minecraft worlds can be brought to life in ways never seen before.